Hello everyone, my name is Sarfaraz and today we are going to learn the second poem from Flamingo. The title of the poem is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, written by Stephen Spender. Introduction. Stephen Spender is the poet of this poem. He describes the social inequalities prevailed in the society. He talks about the plight of the slum students. He also tries to draw the reader's attention towards this plight, towards these poor children, so that we can improve and uplift them by educating them. We can surely make them good citizens rather than antisocial elements in the society. Theme of this poem. The central theme of the poem is something like many unwanted problems hampers the power of education. The poem talks about the idea of education and the obstructions that exist to receiving a quality education for the school children living in poverty. The first two stanzas show the systematic issues acting as barriers to social upliftment and answering why education is not an adequate solution to that extremely poverty. So this was the theme. Now we are going to just see the summary of this poem. You will find that the writer, the poet Stephen Spender, is going to describe the condition, the poor condition of the student as well as the classroom in a slum. So this is a vivid description of a classroom in a slum area. Okay, you will find that all the students have very sad and gloomy appearances, and you will easily recognize that they were the victims of extreme poverty. The room you will find in the room, you know that in the classroom is dark and very dirty, dim. Okay, but out of those students there is a boy who is dreaming of playing with squirrels. Okay, if I'll talk about the condition, the infrastructure of that classroom, the walls were unpainted, so the walls become paler. Okay, charts and images, so there were many charts and images. In those charts and images you will find one of the famous and I think one of the greatest poet in English literature and dramatist also, Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. And you will find another picture in which you will find Tarolus Valley, images of churches and flowers. All these things are infutile because those students have never came outside of that slum area and they don't know what the real meaning of these images and these valleys and these churches and flowers. They never have visited such a nice place in their lives. So in other words, we can say that all the students or all the people in slum areas, they are trapped in the slums. Okay, and they are having a very dark future. There is no bright future for them, so you can say dim future they are having. Okay, next the writer says that the children from the slum area are very far from the bright candle of knowledge. Why? In slum areas there is not a proper school or a proper teacher or a proper doctor. So the condition, the situation, okay, of those students are not so good, and malnutrition is also there, maltreatment is also there. Okay, and that's why all the students studying in that slum area, they are hungry for love, and that's why they, due to lack of love, due to lack of care, they start believing that there is no one in this world, there is no one in this world who can love them. That's why they are having hatred for all, even for Shakespeare. Okay, what is the root cause of stealing, or what is the root cause of those people who are doing mischievous or theft or robbery in the area? The root cause of those things are they are illiterate and they are hungry for love, they are the careless people, and by not having the good knowledge of behavior, or by not having the good knowledge of the books or the world, they are stealing some things, and they are doing robbery. So you can say in other words that the robbery or all the antisocial activities are being done by those people who are illiterate. Next, you can see that the students or the children in that area are malnourished, maltreated, and this is the root cause of their poverty. Without coming out from that slum, no hope of bright future. Listen, if there would be no slum, so there would be no slum people. And if there will be no slum people, so all the people will come on the road or will come in the street, and they will be very far from those dirty areas, and by this way they can improve themselves. Okay, so if they are thinking that they would uplift their lifestyle, they must come out from that slum area. Yes, in the next point I have already written, no slum means no dark future of the slum children. So there will be no slum, that means there will be no slum children. Very simple. And those children will get education in government schools or very good schools, okay, coming out from that slum. Okay, the writer says, Stephen Spender request from the poet side, allow them to walk through green fields rather than dark slums. Very simple. If those students are allowed to visit anywhere in the world, are allowed to visit green fields or good places, okay, so automatically those people will have a good lifestyle, and they can think about changing their lifestyle. And if they remain in those dark slums, they will never experience such a good life and such a good lifestyle. Okay, so according to the poet, those students must be allowed to visit all the beaches and green fields, and they must feel that they are free from those narrow lanes or those narrow areas. Stephen says in the last line in the poem, he says that green leaves open history, there's whose language is the sun. Okay, so who is, that is wrongly written here. Whose language is the sun. So according to Stephen, we must allow the students to be free from all these narrow thoughts and narrow lifestyle. They must be free, they must be allowed to have a beautiful breathe outside of that slum. They must come out from that slum, and they should struggle to survive without those dirty and narrow lanes. You can say the cramped holes. The writer used cramped holes, so those houses are not like houses, they are like holes. Okay, so this is the summary of the poem. Thank you for watching.